Hi guys, so I'm wondering, what are you guys doing right now? Are you on your computer doing work after you did your 9 to 5? Because I have seen multiple people that do that. Are you hanging out with your family and friends? Are you just getting drunk or getting high right now? And you're wondering about your life, where is it gonna go? Or are you just worrying about something constantly? Or you're stressing over this thing that you feel like it will never go away. This problem that keeps coming up over and over again, and you're so frustrated. You just want it to be done. You just want things to end. Are you just bored out of your mind and you're just sitting there? Are you arguing with someone? Are you sharing your talents to the world? Are you being productive? Are you not being productive enough? Are you just done with everything and everyone? You're just over it with life. You're just tired. You're frustrated. You feel like all you do is work constantly, and that's it. Or people in general just view you as someone to produce constantly, over and over and over again. And you just feel like you want to stop, but you can't. So ask yourself, what is it are you doing right now? Now, if you are doing something that you don't want, do you want to go and keep doing it? If you are stressed out of your mind right now, do you want that to be in the next 5 minutes of your life? Do you? Do you want to be constantly in whatever relationship it is, romantic or unromantic, such as friend, or dealing with acquaintance you just can't deal with anymore? You're just so done, but you feel like you can't say no to them, that you don't want to be around them, or let them know I don't like you at all. Or you just can't walk away from something. Would you want to go and keep doing that over and over and over again? Every 5 minutes. Would you? Would you go and want to do that tomorrow? Or the next day? So, if you knew that life was not about just doing what you're supposed to be doing and making it also all you do is produce, all you do is just be there constantly, or just be a bystander and watching everybody live their life, do you? Is that what you're doing right now? Is that what you want in the next 5 minutes? Or tomorrow? Or the next day? Or next year? Are you genuinely happy with what you have right now? Are you? Don't you want this peace and quiet? So quiet on here, isn't it? Isn't that way more nicer than just constantly doing something over and over and over again, something that you don't want? You're tired of just constantly working? I'm assuming right now, it's 4 p.m. right now, where I'm at. Right now, I bet if you clicked on this video, you are at a 9 to 5, most likely. And you're tired and exhausted. and you have a little bit extra time, so you came here on YouTube, looking around for another video to go and distract you from what you're doing right now. Am I right or am I wrong about this? So if you knew that this whole life that you're experiencing was a video game, if you knew that, would you be doing the exact same thing you're doing right this instant? Feeling the exact same emotion right now? Would you? I'm just curious. I don't know. Maybe you do. I don't know. I have no idea. So if life was a video game, let's say, usually there's a character that you choose, right? You choose the character, and there's certain amount of abilities this character has, right? And sometimes you choose and sometimes you don't, right? So let's say you can't choose. Okay, and you're dropped off at a random place, and this video game says, oh, go figure it out. I'm like, okay. Well, and you can see and you don't know yet exactly what are the abilities. Not yet. But you can maybe a little later on. Maybe you can buy. Like, you can go to someone and buy to figure out what your abilities are, so that way you can go and use it to the max. So that's kind of how life is, right? When you are born, you don't even know what your abilities are just yet. And you go through day to day trying to figure out what they are. Now, let's say you go through life, about your life, and, it's okay, I guess. And you keep searching over and over and over again, and you're seeing everyone that's figured out their abilities, and they are living their life, they're making bank, and then there's you, right? And you wonder about, what do I have? Like, I don't have that talent where I can go and, write songs, make billions off of it. Or I don't have gymnastics, abilities. So you wonder, what is your ability? You keep searching over and over, and you don't have enough to go and ask someone, because it's a lot of money to figure out what is that ability. So if you really think about it, it doesn't really matter if you have an ability. You can go throughout the game the entire time without knowing what the actual abilities are. And you go about your life, this game, and you go and find meaning towards it, and you're like, I don't see anything. This reality. I'm not seeing what it is that you desire, right? You're probably desiring lots and lots of money, I'm assuming. That's what a lot of people want. You're desiring a significant other. You're desiring a huge place, or you're desiring power, or you're wanting just a small life. Because some people, that's what all they ask for is a small life. And they're not doing anything. They're still doing the same thing that you're doing right now, working a 9 to 5, that isn't paying that much. And you're getting mad. And you look at your check. It's not that much, right? You're like, man, I put in so many hours and I worked the hardest than everyone in this room. Why is it that I'm not getting that much? Wonder that constantly. Thinking, where else can I get this? And you look at everyone else and they're making tons. They're having all the things that they desire. And the way that you're seeing them is, I guess, through social media, or you're seeing them in person. Probably not at your workplace, unless they are high in command of your place. They have those desires that you want. Or it's people off the street randomly, and you have this certain idea in your head, oh, that was easy, that they were given that. Or you're having the idea that life isn't fair. So that it was all handed to them. Right? Is that what your thought process is? I have no idea. I can't read your mind. But I'm thinking maybe that is possibly what you're thinking. When you see someone that has your desires that you want, and you look from a distance, and you wonder to yourself, what did I do wrong? Now, if this was a video game, and you could do whatever the heck you feel like, some video games, you can die multiple times, and you come back. But let's say in this reality, what you call it, you don't come back. I mean, figuratively. I mean, it depends on what you believe in. But if you don't believe that you don't come back, then there's this one chance. Whatever it is that your desire is. So ask yourself, if you were in a video game and you went and got dropped off, you have no idea what your abilities are, and you go about, you do whatever you want within reason, and you don't ever have enough to go and to someone that can tell you exactly what your abilities are. And you see the entire place that you're in, where these beings have everything that you want, but not you. Would you be doing the same thing? Would you? Or would you go and let's get rid of the ideas where most people, they feel like they feel stuck because it could be a certain job. So I've met multiple people where they have a job and it pays actually very well. But they don't want to be in it anymore. They want to go and do something else, but they feel like they're stuck because they think in their head that's the only way to make that income. Now, if money was not involved, would you be really doing that then? Would you? If you found a job where it makes a lot, like it doesn't make that much, like it just doesn't, but you feel very happy in it. But you feel really, really happy, but it's not paying you that much. Now, let's say they fully stop paying you. Would you still be doing it? Is that what you really want? Or is that your idea of what you think you really want, what you really like? Because there are multiple people I've met where they say They're very happy in the job they have. But yet, I asked them, I'm like, okay, if they stop paying you, would you still go? Is that what you want? I mean, if you went and have these desires of lots and lots of money and a big place, raise a family, or not, or to go and do whatever you feel like, would you still be doing it? I think that at the end of the day, we want to go and do whatever we like, right? We want to be able to do whatever we like. We like to go and be able to sleep in as long as we want, right? Because when you go to a job, you gotta go and clock in at a certain time. I've met multiple people where they'll be saying they love their job, right? But they will tell me, oh man, I wish I could have sleep in. Oh man, I wish I could be outside. It's gorgeous outside. So to some degree, yes, it does make them happy. And that is what they really want. But also they want to be able to go and do what they want to do, such as sleep in or go outside. Or they want to go and be able to be with friends and family at their time, when they want to. So, eliminate the money involved of what you do. Is that what you really want? So in some games, there is winning, and most games, there's a winner, right? But winning can be in different terms. Winning could be having the most amount of points. Winning could be to retire, such as in life game, based on if you retire, and a bit on how much you made at the end. It could be just based on strategy. So it's however way you want to look at it. So when you go and on your deathbed, are you wondering to yourself, did I win? Are you? You're probably wondering more on the lines of reflection of your life, what you made it out to be. Or did you go and do what you felt deep down on what you should have done? So I'm going to tell you an example. I met this person, and they have this mentality towards working a 9 to 5. That's all they know. That's what they've been taught. And they told me constantly about how they always wanted to write a book. And they're an amazing writer. So I've seen their work. They have a lot to share. And towards the end of their life, they're in a huge amount of debt. And it's crippling and it depresses them. But they never had the courage to go and write that book, to publish it. Or never even wrote the book, period. And they had this mentality throughout their entire life that being an entrepreneur is what losers do, because there's nothing else. But if they viewed that being an entrepreneur was winning, because you could do whatever you like. You could sleep in if you want. You can go outside. You can go and, whatever time. You can go hang out with friends whenever you want. But you have to have somewhat of a discipline. But they could go write that book. They could have written that book anytime and sold it and made lots of money from it and would have been out of debt and would be out of a depression over it. So you have to go and think to yourself, if this was a video game, is this what you would really want to be doing? What you're doing right now. I know for sure, if this was a video game, I'd be doing this, making videos, talking to you guys, connecting, trying out all my ideas. I know that I'm a dreamer. I've always been a dreamer. And I've been yelled at constantly over it. Daydreaming, such stupidity. Yelled at constantly, being told how much of a loser I am, over and over again. Seeing things, picking up things that others aren't seeing, and always wanting to share my thoughts and wanting to show people of another world, another way of thinking, making people think. That's what I want to do. And I'd be doing this again. So ask yourself, do you want to keep doing what you're doing right now? I know there is a struggle between lots of people about doing what you're passionate in and figuring out your talents. But in some games, you never know what the talent is. And that's okay. It's supposed to be fun, right? If you were given exactly, told what you were good at, that'd be boring. Having the general talent that you see most people have, and you're wondering, well, I don't have that. Okay, then you have something special. You have something different. There's nothing wrong, even if you never find your talent or gift or whatever that is. Then just being a good person, whatever you view that is, being someone that can go and help others, being a caring person, what's wrong with that? That could be a talent. Telling your thoughts, just wanting to experience things, what's wrong with that? Even if you never find that talent, that you think that it's one of the others that everyone else has. It's either gymnastics or making bank, singing, being a great, being at fitness, looking pretty all the time. And all it is, guys, is at the end of your life, you're not going to be thinking about beauty, are you? I mean, maybe some, but you have to think of it this way. Your outside is just a swimsuit. Over time, it's gonna fade. And that's okay. Then it becomes vintage with lots of money, right? It's worth a lot. You have to think of it that way. All the outside is, you have to have some kind of body, right? To go and experience things with your 5 senses. We're given 5 senses for a reason, guys. It'd be boring without it, wouldn't it? So you go and have this body, this swimsuit. It's just a swimsuit. You can go cut it up if you want. You can try to put it back together, but it won't be the same. You can try all that you want, but is it still the original thing? No. You can go focus on trying to make it prettier and prettier all day that you want. And to some degree, when you go and see a swimsuit that looks really nice on a rack, I guess the prettier it is, I mean, in the general public's eye, the more it will attract, right? But if this swimsuit, let's say on the outside it looks amazing, and you try on the swimsuit and it itches, are people going to keep wearing that swimsuit? Most likely not. Maybe some. If it's a beautiful swimsuit and it itches or it gives you a rash, maybe some will. I don't know. But you have to view it in that way. The outside is just a swimsuit. It's going to fade over time. The longer that you have it and the more valuable it is, it becomes vintage. I think that more and more people are focusing on that. About the swimsuit? You keep doing it. But it's just to some degree, yeah. It can go and make you happy. When you look in the mirror and you see a beautiful swimsuit on it's gonna make you feel good, right? And to some degree, but is it gonna complete you? I don't know. That's on you about it. And more people kind of go and look at that swimsuit. And they go and sometimes focus on that. And when you keep focusing on it over and over again, you're doing all these changes. It's never the same. And you look in the mirror and you're like, man, I wish it was original. But it's not. And I think that more and more people are just thinking that is what life is about, focusing on that swimsuit. Not thinking, not wanting to think, not wanting to question things. Not wanting to go and see things in a different way. Not wanting to dream. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. If we didn't dream, all this of what you have right now would not be here at all. Dreaming is what's gonna go and keep you going, right? You're going to that 9 to 5 because you're dreaming of something. In return, you're gonna get something, some money, I guess. You're gonna go and buy towards whatever it is that you're dreaming of, right? So would you be taking life as serious if it was a game to you? I don't know. Some people do take games very seriously and get very upset when they lose. But what if there is no losing? Then what would you be focusing on? Curious. What would you be focusing on? Let's say in this game, there is no coins involved. What would you focus on then? Let's say instead, you just get whatever you want. What would you be doing then? Would you be bored? Would you? I don't know. I'm not sure. So think, would you be taking this game of life, let's say, would you be taking it as seriously? Would you be doing the exact same thing that you're doing right now? I know for sure that I'd keep doing what I'm doing right now. I'm pretty happy with it. This is what I want to do with my time. Honestly, if I was dying right now, I'd be pretty fulfilled. I got my message out. I got to connect. I got to go and express myself and be myself and not have to go and be a certain way or be on a timer or to go and clock in whenever told or do whatever I'm told. I'm pretty much liking this.